Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is very, very exciting to celebrate this Shabbat with all of you. It's exciting to celebrate Shabbat in blue jeans because that's much more comfortable. It's exciting to celebrate Shabbat in 3D because some of you, we've only seen each other as little boxes on our computer screens for a number of months. And it's very exciting that we can be here together to celebrate the gift of this wonderful Shabbat with these extraordinary musicians who are joining us today, the incredible, talented artists of Nefesh Mountain. And so the music that we will celebrate with Shabbat tonight may sound a little unfamiliar to the ear, but we hope that it will tug at your neshama, your soul, and that you will sing out loud and proud and strong and just embrace the gift of this holy time.
We'll sing out this song for years to come in a story without an end. For how good it is to be among our brothers and sisters and friends. Hinei ma tov u'mana'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'mana'im, shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Sage Yaakov Yosef of Polonia, another town a few hours from Kiev. And there's a rabbi named Rabbi Baroka who used to hang out in the marketplace. The marketplace was the place where the less than holy people used to spend time. God-forsaken part. That will have a share in the world to come. And these two brothers come by, and Eliyahu says to Rabbi Baroka, and we cheer up people who are depressed. And alternately, when we see people, it takes a look at that. And so you have to ask yourself, what's the difference? Right? What's the difference between a broken heart and a sad heart? And a broken heart at all. And as we enter into this Shabbat, given what we see happening in the world today, we are, I think, each of us people for more. And Shabbat with Bluegrass, with this joyous music that we are so blessed to broken. That there was pain and there was suffering. These were people who lived under the Romans. They certainly knew a thing or two about what it was to live under tyranny and despotism. And yet you have to inhabit their hearts and their minds and their spirits. You have to become one with them. And through that holy connection that you fashion with them, you not only elevate their hearts into the places in our hearts that are broken, and to try to bring some measure of joy to hearts that may be Amen. Mazel tov, and great boots. We now continue on pages 4 and 5 with the celebration of the Kiddush. The Kiddush will be led this evening by the Right Honorable Bar Mitzvah Xander Werman and his father Richard.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lemikrayet kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu vaharta ve'utanu kidashta Mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Our family is, it's grape juice, man. Our family is blessed to get to spend some time each summer in the mountains of North Carolina and the Blue Ridge Mountains. There is something about that air. There is something about that height. There is something about being in and amongst the trees and looking out on the extraordinary landscape that does something to the soul and to the Spirit. Tonight, as we embrace this wonderful Shabbat, we echo the words of Psalm 121, Esa einai el heharim me'ayin yavo izri. I lift my eyes to the mountains, from whence will my help come? My help will come from the Holy One, the Creator of heaven and earth.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Help isn't the only thing that comes from the mountains. If we think of the Kabbalists who lived outside in Svat, when it got to be this time on a Friday, they also would look to the mountains to see that the sun had descended over the horizon and that Shabbat would come in from the mountains as well. And so as we rise now for the words of Lecha Dodi, we welcome the Sabbath bride. As we get to the final verse, we will turn to the door to welcome the Sabbath bride.
Good Shabbos, friends. We are so grateful to be here. Thank you for inviting us to come. It's been a long time coming. I'm actually going to invite you to sit for a second, and we will rise when the bride joins us. Sorry. Exercise. So I also want to thank you for singing new melodies. We know that what we write is obviously different from what you might hear on every Friday night, and we want to thank you for being open to having us and doing what we do for every Friday, for inviting us tonight. This is our poetic take on Lecha Dodi. We call it Come My Beloved, and we hope you enjoy this one. Please sing along. There's a Yadadai, and we're going to
open it with a familiar Lecha Dodi melody, so please sing that, and the end is going to also be familiar. So sing in the beginning and the end, and then we'll Yadadai in the middle. Okay. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Beloved, to greet the bride. Welcome the Sabbath as day turns to night. Let's sing out these words underneath the setting sun, to always remember that Adonai is one. To always remember that Adonai is one. Yadon die 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 die, yada die die die, yadon die 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 die. Yada die die die, yadam die 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 die. Yada die die die, yadam die 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 die. Yada die die die. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride. Welcome the Sabbath as day turns to night. Awaken, awaken, rise up and shine. Enter in peace, my sweet Sabbath bride. Oh, enter in peace, my sweet Sabbath bride. Yadam die 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 die, yada die die die, yadam die 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 die, yada die die die, yadam die 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 die, yada die die die, yadam die 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 die, yada die die die. Rise, as your rabbi said. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride. Welcome the Sabbath as day turns to night. Bui kala, come inside, come inside. Bui kala, let us rise, let us rise. Bui kala. Ready? Lecha dodi. Let me hear your voices. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat
We have a special person we'd like to invite to join us. You may not know that our executive director, have a seat, is a Nefesh Mountain groupie. He knows every word to every song, and we're going to have Steve Kaufman join us for this next song. Let's hear it for Steve.
So, thank you for singing with us, and again, thank you for all being here. This is like a dream come true to be with people, and I can see your faces, and they're all beautiful. This song we're going to share with you is a song that Eric and I heard. It's an Alan Lomax finding. This is my husband, by the way, and he brought me, we heard a recording of a woman from the Caribbean singing this song, and it was the most beautiful recording of just her voice. And I heard it, and we fell in love with it, and I thought, this is a baruch. This is a call to prayer. And so it's a beautiful, simple prayer, and if you'll sing with us, will you sing with us? Of course you will. Eric is going to teach us how the song goes, so here we go.
All right, repeat after me. I want to hear somebody pray.
Ready? I want to hear somebody pray.
And I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray.
Down in the valley and over yonder.
Down in the valley and over yonder.
I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray. That's the song. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. Ready? I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear Cantor Lori sing.
I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray.
Everybody, I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear more cantors sing. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody.
Here we go, ready? I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray.
Just our voices, just our voices. I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. Oh, somebody pray. 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 Please rise. Barechu et Adonai. Barechu et Adonai. Hamevorach. Hamevorach. Barechu et Adonai. Baruch Adonai. Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai. Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai. Hamevorach. Leolam. Leolam va'ed.
Seated. Together on page 30 we'll read Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chochma poteach she'arim uvitvuna meshane itim umachalif et hazmanim umisader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or.
Umavir yom umevir laila, umavdil bein yom ubein laila, Adonai tzivaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, amari v'aravi.
Please rise. Get a little exercise. 36. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Sena Moscovich Pickus was a widow who left Udza Minsk province in Russia in 1921. She left with her newlywed daughter and her new son-in-law. They left because the religious persecution and the threat of violence the Jews of Minsk in the 1920s was becoming too much for them to bear. She left with 2 Yiddish prayer books and a copy of Tzena Urena, a Yiddish version of the Hebrew Bible that was popular especially among the women of the time. They came to the U.S. and first through Baltimore, but they ended up meeting up with her other 3 sons in Beckley, West Virginia. They had gone there and established a store and were making a nice life for themselves. America was, for them, the promised land. And for the Pickus family and thousands of others, they saw opportunity in Appalachia. So did Bernard Silverman, who left Kishinev after the 1903 pogrom and also settled in Beckley, West Virginia. For many, the rural mountainous region reminded them of home, of their homes in the old country. They were once again a minority, but they felt that they were a significant part of the civic life. Some coal towns on the borders of Kentucky and West Virginia had Jewish populations up to 10%. 100 out of the 1,000 who lived there were Jews. They eschewed the growing urban communities of New York and Chicago and California for the land that decades later would become the birthplace of Bluegrass. Their story was that of a modern-day exodus, a flight from persecution and peril to freedom. A story that inspires those who wonder tonight, when so many Jews are in peril, how can we celebrate Shabbat? Because Shabbat reminds us that there will be a redemption, that there is hope for a time when we will all celebrate in freedom. And so in that celebration, we turn now to page 40 and sing the words of Mi Chamocha.
בקודש, מי כמוך בעדים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. מי כמוך kamocha ba'alim Adonai. Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Mi kamocha ba'alim Adonai. Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Mi kamocha ba'alim Adonai. Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Nora tehilot osef eleh.
Everybody listen to my husband and what he plays on the guitar. Listen very carefully. I got it. Yada-da-da, 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 yada-da-da. Everybody join in. Yada-da-da, 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 yada-da-da.
Nefesh Mountain speaks of real and metaphorical mountains and how powerful they are. It is Mount Moriah that we face every time we pray the tefillah. Please rise as we face that mountain together.
That my mouth may declare your praise.
וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסר אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, עזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל, אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ולמען אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
The French philosopher Pascal pointed out that all of humanity's problems come from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Not sit quietly with your cell phone or your computer, but just sit quietly thinking, processing, reflecting on all the information that comes at us so quickly. We can't control everything that comes at us, but we can control how we react to it. If we speed up, we often mess up. But there is something beautiful in slowing down, in sitting quietly, in taking a moment to reflect on what has happened and what it means. When we slow down too, we can be more creative about solving inscrutable problems. Songs of peace don't always solve peace, but reflecting and articulating and singing those songs gives us something to think about in the silence. We continue in silent prayer.
I'm going to share with you all my silent prayer, if that's okay. I wrote a prayer many years ago, one night, in the middle of the night, when I was having a very hard time in my life. Raise your hand if you've ever been through a hard time. And I can't help but think about all of the people who have are going through a very hard time right now in the world. And it's hard to be celebrating as the rabbis are, it's such a strange feeling to be in gratitude and in heartache. But I wanted to share this prayer with you. That in a moment in my life where I thought I had been completely abandoned by God, I thought that I was forgotten, and I thought that it was over for me. And I walked outside, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I looked at the moon, and I had 2 children asleep, and I was scared, and I just made up a prayer, like to the moon or to the sky or to something. And I'm going to share it with you. And what's weird is that this prayer has become a major part of my life and the life of my family. And if you told me that years ago, that I'd be sharing it with anybody, I would say you were crazy, because it was like my worst moment. But if it's okay, I'd love to share with you my prayer, my 3 a.m. prayer. And it goes like this. Adonai, love me, Adonai. Love me, Adonai. Love me, please love me, Adonai.
So Donnie taught me this prayer very soon after she wrote it. And it's become a big hit in our house whenever we need to say something to the universe alone. And I think when she taught me this, it was actually the first time that I maybe learned how to pray for myself, which I never really did. And it's such a simple melody, such a simple idea, but it's hard to do sometimes. But when you free your heart, it's right there for you. And when I sing this song, I sing her version first, Adonai love me, and then I always follow it for me with this. Adonai, guide me, Adonai, guide me, Adonai, guide me, please guide me, Adonai.
So I'm going to open this prayer and just share it with all of us, because we're all in this together. This is our Shabbat, and we're all going through a lot. So if anyone has one word that they would want to put into this prayer, can you just stand up and shout it out? We'll sing it, and it might actually be something that someone else needs to hear, so it's like a mitzvah. So if anyone has one word that they could think of to put in this. Adonai. Let's all sing together. Teach. Teach me, Adonai. Teach me, Adonai. Teach me. Please teach me, Adonai. Who has another word? Adonai. Ground me. Ground me, Adonai. Ground me, Adonai. Ground me. Please ground me, Adonai. Who else? Adonai, keep me grateful. Keep me grateful. Adonai, keep me grateful. Adonai, keep me grateful. Please keep me grateful. Adonai. Anybody else?
Adonai. Help me, Adonai. Help me, please help me, Adonai. Adonai, heal me. Heal me, Adonai. Heal me, Adonai. Heal me, please heal me, Adonai.
And I can't help but think tonight, can we think of one or a word that would work inside of the prayer, Adonai, something, us, like all of us. Adonai. Bless. Bless. Can we all rise? And if you're able to put your arm around the person that's in your family or that you're part of the group with or not, let's just come together and we're going to all ask the universe. Ready? Adonai, bless us. Adonai, bless us. Adonai, bless us. Please bless us, Adonai. And can we please say a prayer for all of those people in Ukraine and all over the world who are really scared tonight? What would that be? What should our prayer be? Adonai, something, them. Protect. Adonai, protect them. Adonai, protect them. Adonai, protect them. Please protect them, Adonai.
One of the many amazing things about Nefesh Mountain is you don't just get a song or a prayer, you get backstory. And their songs are not the only songs with backstory. There are so many. And once you learn the backstory of a song, it changes. So you know, have I told you lately that I love you? It was written by Van Morrison. It's about Van Morrison's relationship with God, not with a person. It asks God, have I told you lately that I love you? It's a topic that he just felt like he wanted to set to song, his feelings about his conversation with God, the words he says to God, the spirit he finds in God. And so he wrote, have I told you lately that I love you, to God. When you have a personal connection to a song, as Nefesh Mountain does when they share their origin and backstory of so many of their songs with us, you realize that when we say prayers for healing, because we are praying for people we know and love, you're like Van Morrison, saying to God, have I told you lately that I love you, and I believe in you, and I want you to hear from my mouth the names of the ones that I love that are in need of healing. Please rise.
We're going to share as a song of Mishaberach, as a song of healing and hope, the song that Eric and I wrote the day after the Pittsburgh shooting. That morning, we wrote this song entitled Tree of Life. And we offer it to anyone who is hurting and pain. It's truly our musical hug. And there are so many of us tonight in the world that need it. And this is just our way of offering some love and hope. And we love all of you so much. This is Tree of Life.
sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there. I am but a voice, just a cry in the air, but I sing nonetheless through this pain we share.
Oh, sweet friends, come and dry your eyes and hold each other by this tree of life.
I'm angry and tired of this great divide, but I sing nonetheless with love on my side.
May the one who blessed our ancestors bless all those in need of healing. In our prayers this evening, Meredith Abramson, Jim Alexander, Bonita Appel, Fred Belkin, Margie Berman Block, Bonnie Bloom, Kathleen Bauer-Sox, Phyllis Brucker, Dorothy Buxbaum, Susie Cicero, Mariella Contreras, Stephen Danitz, Ted Davis, Cheryl Elbrand, Arnold Ernay, Esther Tehila Bat Ariel Vitspora, Larry Feidelman, Rhonda Finlay, Aileen Fisher, Raven Holzer Frankel, Marty Fromowitz, Larry Guys, Jake Goldstein, Allison Gross, Andrew Gross, Rona Guberman, Marsha Hoffman, Sue Holinsky, Heath Hammer, Mitch Kaplan, Deanna Katz, Menachem Corman, Eric Lowy, Marba Mallet, Barbara Morris, Michael Penn, Milton Plotzker, Norma Polchek, Donna Radin, David Rind, Jackie Robinson, Eileen Rosenbaum, Alan Rosenfeld, Jamie Schaefer, Malcolm Shaker, Mark Sosin, and those names that you add as my hand meets your gaze. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim.
Oh, sweet souls who feel broken now, we'll heal together somewhere, somehow. Time and again we have been let down, but we sing nonetheless, still whole and still proud. Oh, sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there.
Continue with Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer reshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot hadama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kecho hamonam, v'anachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz
Good Shabbos. We are going to take this moment to do our little sermon and song. And we've been talking about it the whole service. That's not my baby, is it?
Our baby's back there.
But seriously, you know, we're all glued to the phone right now and to the TV and trying to figure out what's going on in the world. And I don't think we can do this service without doing, for us at least as musicians, putting a piece of music out there for the folks in Eastern Europe and Ukraine. And for those of you who saw us last night, you heard a little bit of this. Our latest album is called Songs for the Sparrows, and it was based on this trip that Donnie and I took in 2018 to Ukraine and Poland and to the towns where our families are from. And as a kid growing up in Brooklyn, I'd always ask Grandma, where does our family come from? And I always heard Austria-Hungary, but not until I was literally in Ukraine did a relative message me on Facebook from Israel saying, Eric, your cousins are actually in Munkach. Go over the Carpathian Mountains. You'll see them down there. So
We did.
we did. And we saw Donnie's, both of our family have roots in Ukraine, what is now Ukraine, and we'll see if it continues to be Ukraine. But so many of us, I don't even need a show of hands, many of us have roots in Eastern Europe, and this is hitting quite deep these days. And we're going to share 2 songs. The album, again, that we wrote is called Songs for the Sparrows, and the sparrow is the totem that we use throughout to represent the small but mighty voices that were lost, that are discriminated against, that are too often not heard. And when we were there in this forest, in what was beautiful, this like small town in Ukraine, this forest, little mountain village, and there's sparrows flying above. It's a beautiful day, like perfect weather, like here. And we just thought maybe these sparrows are our ancestors. Maybe they're still flying. Maybe the voices are still being heard. So we're going to share with you this song called A Sparrow Song, and we're going to pair it with a little instrumental that I wrote called By the Carpathian Candlelight, which is for us a moment of vocal silence. It's a musical kind of honoring of all the people that are in pain out in Ukraine right now. I hope you enjoy these, and we do love all of you. It's really great to be here. Thanks, you guys. Oh, little bird, I hear your song. You've been overlooked for far too long. We've met before on the ancient road, and we share a tale and a pain, both new and old.
Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum-da-dum. They say you're small, not worth a thing, but I know the truth, I've heard you sing. And face to face, I felt it too, when they see themselves and their hate, and they don't see you. And so we sing a sparrow song for those who are told they don't belong. A call of love for the days gone wrong. Don't fear, little bird, just fly, fly on. Too many times, too many years, you forged on ahead, but held back your tears, while you abide by the hawks and crows, because you believe in the dream we all should have a home. And so we sing a sparrow song for those who are told they don't belong. A call of love for the days gone wrong. Don't fear, little bird, just fly, fly on. אני ציפור דרור מהדרך העתיקה, שם ליבי אל הלא נודע עם קולי, הצעיר נשמתי ניצרת, שירי הדרורים בימים רחוקים. The vast unknown. With my little voice, my spirit soars in the sparrow songs of long ago. Da-da-dum, 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 da-dum.
Oh, little bird, I hear your song. You've been overlooked for far too long.
We've met before on the ancient road, and we share a tale and a pain, both new and old. And so we sing a sparrow song for those who are told they don't belong. A call of love for the days gone wrong. Don't fear, little bird, just fly, fly on.
Good Shabbos. It's my privilege to welcome our congregation's president, Wendy Whalen, to offer greetings from the Board of Trustees. And yes, I have a microphone for you, and no, you don't need to panic because this is a 5-star synagogue. No, you need this one. You need this one. Not allowed to use this one.
See?
I'm going to go sit down.
I knew what I was doing. Good evening and Shabbat Shalom. It is so wonderful to see, and I mean really see, all of you tonight. We are so happy to have Nefesh Mountain with us, and probably our executive director, Steve Kaufman, is one of the happiest. I have not seen him smile so much in the last 2 days, since he's either telling me he's leaving for his happy place in North Carolina or presenting us with a balanced budget. And I just want to let everyone know that Nefesh Mountain is with us out of the generous sponsorship of Marcy Langley in memory of her late husband, Jeffrey Langley, and also our Music and Arts Circle. To Gabriella and Hannah, Mazel Tov, and thank you and your parents, Lauren and Stephen, for leading us in candle blessings tonight. Xander, Mazel Tov to you, and thank you and your dad, Richard, for leading us in the Kiddush. And Torah study returns in person at the Schaefer Family Campus tomorrow morning at 9:30. You can, of course, also participate online on Virtual Bethel. And we hope you will mark your calendar for Purim in the 80s. We have a Purim service and spiel on Wednesday, March 16th at 7 p.m. After the traditional Megillah reading, you will get to enjoy your clergy team and staff as Queen Esther, King Ahasuerus, Haman, Mordecai, and Vashti as they journey back to the 1980s to tell the Purim story to your favorite 80s tunes. You can join us here in person at the Schaefer Family Campus, where you can also enjoy a Hamantash and Oneg afterwards in our beautiful courtyard, or you're always welcome to watch online at Virtual Bethel. We hope that you all received your invitation to our gala in the mail, and that you will be able to join us to celebrate Rabbi Dan Levin's 25 years of service to Temple Bethel. That will be on Saturday, April 9th at Boca West Country Club. We have too many people to fit here because everybody wants to be with us that night. So please visit our website for details and to register. And tonight after services, join us in the courtyard for our Oneg. And as you leave tonight, please consider making a donation to our tzedakah box. Okay, thank you. Our Social Action Committee always disperses funds from our tzedakah fund to local nonprofits, so we hope that you will help us in that endeavor to support their important work. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Many have been asking of ways that they can lend support to those who are suffering in the Ukraine. In addition to the information that was shared with you where you can support the World Union for Progressive Judaism's efforts to help congregations on the ground, the efforts of the Jewish Federation of South Palm Beach County that are working with United Jewish Appeal to help the Joint Distribution Committee and the other efforts to bring help, you can also find other organizations like Isra Aid who are helping refugees. But tonight I wanted to highlight one organization in particular whose tzedakah we encourage you to help this evening. There is an organization in Odessa called the Tikva Children's Home. Tikva Children's Home was established a little over 20 years ago to care for homeless, abandoned, and abused children from the Odessa region in the Ukraine. Over the last 20 years, they have helped more than 2,500 children grow up in their embrace helping them not only to attend university, but to celebrate weddings and the births of the next generation that thankfully are not growing up in poverty as they did. There are 300 infants, toddlers, and teens who are currently living in the homes sponsored by Tikva, as well as 600 children from local homes who can live within their homes but need the support of the Tikva system. In the last week, they have evacuated all of the children from the Tikva home in Odessa. They have managed to, after a 30-hour bus ride over roads paved and unpaved, to get the children to Moldova. I think the long-range plan is to get them to make Aliyah to Israel, and there are 200 children who were undocumented who recently were able to find refuge in Romania. And so I'd like for you to just take a look at this video that will give you a sense of the kind of work that they are doing to help these desperate children.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו.
For more information, you can go to tikvaodessa.org, and our tzedakah collection tonight will help to feed and house and care for those children and alumni from the Tikva Children's Home. We hope that you will do whatever you can to help those who are finding themselves this Shabbat in harm's way. Our thoughts turn now to those whom we have lost, those whose lives have left us a legacy of love and understanding, of wisdom and goodness, whose memories we cherish each and every day, and whose spirits are woven into the fabric of our families and our lives. If you are observing a yard site, when you hear the name of your loved one recalled, we ask that you rise and remain standing. We as a congregation will join you in their remembrance for the recitation of Kaddish. On this Shabbat, we remember Emil Axe, Benjamin Agrano, Isaac Bartel, Sid Berliner, Robert Burns, Shelley Chase, Ronald Chase, Hannah Chesnoff, Bernard M. Clevens, Carolyn I. Cohen, Lewis Collins, Mitchell Datz, Barry Eichler, Lou Eichler, Bertha Eichler Slavin, Estelle Eidenberg, Arnold Eisenberg, Arthur A. Etkin, Joyce Fadam, Stacy Feldman, Saul M. Fliegler, Claire Frank, Garfinkel, Ala Gertzen, Betty Goldberger, Pearl Goldman, Louis Coleman Greenberg, Rose Greenford, Robert Peter Hallio, Arthur William Herlihy, Irene Hewitt, Marion Hoffman, Eleanor Hoffman, Edgar Howell, Jack Jaffe, Minnie Kaiser, Robert Kaplan, Monroe Karkas, Dorothy Katz, Jacqueline Kaufeld Keller, Nelson L. Klein, Bernard Kramer, Rose Liebersfeld, Annette Luhr, Louisa Levin, Joseph Listingart, Gertrude Lowen, Carol Magod, Joseph Fred Mallet, Efim Melamed, Eileen Melnick, Ruth Moskowitz, Audrey Niemark, Edward Niznik, Joel Esiason, Jan Packel, Bruce Polchek, Bernice Roby, Ida Robbins, Phyllis Rosen, Frida Rosenfarb, Isaac Roth, Lawrence Solomon, Nathan Schaefer, Sylvia Rubin Schur, Harold Schiller, Elaine Schoenberger, Herschel Cedar, Eugene Shafter, Bernard Dove Shea, Doris Sherman, Brenda Singer, Cecilia R. Snyder, Michael David Solomon, Lottie Summers, Louis R. Sperry, Erwin Steinberg, Dan Steinberg, Michael Tavlin, Sonia Tendler, Kurt Wasserman, Arthur David Weiss, Maurice White, and Louise Zweig. We add in sorrowing hearts those who relate to rest in recent days, whose memories we cherish in the 30 days of Shaloshim. Henry Bernstein, Charles Immerschein, Ronald Potkin, Elaine Stokes, Louisa Passmank, A. Frederick Schild, Robert Levinson, Ellen Cohen, Judith Greenwald, Irma Fass, and Harvey Cohen. If anyone else has the name of a loved one they wish to recall or whose yard site is being observed, please add any additional names aloud. And for those of you who are joining us at home, we include those whom you remember as well. We give thanks to God for the gift of life and love with the words of Kaddish. We rise together to give thanks for life with the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens grant peace to us, to all Israel, and to all who mourn. Together we say, Amen.
Special thanks to our wonderful guest, Nefesh Mountain. It's here for Donnie and Eric and David and Alan and Eric. Thank you to Jason and Ron and Raymond and Kira in the booth behind the seats, behind the wall. We invite our B'nai Mitzvah up to lead us in Motzi, and let's all join in the words of Oseh Shalom.
Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. 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 Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu.
Category.
Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu.
Ve'al kol
Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru Amen. Shalom Bimroma, Huya Aseh, Shalom Aleinu. Oseh, Shalom Bimroma, Huya Aseh, Shalom
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you guys.
Oh my God, thank you.
Sorry this song was a little wiggy. Woo, it got better as it went on. Yeah, that was a little scary at the beginning. I like went back twice.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
I was like, she can't hear herself. I can't hear her.
Yeah, it was a little, it was weird,
Weird
but
at the
it worked
beginning.
out.
At the end, yeah.